Hey guys, this is Steve 1989 from MREinfo.com, and I'm going to be presenting two cases of food packet survival abandoned ship for you guys today. Actually, I'm going to be breaking this up into two parts, so I'm going to first start with the newer box from October 1992, but you can see here I have one from February 1973 as well. Now, both of these are pretty uncommon. You're not going to find these every day. They're a pretty interesting ration that I've actually compiled a small amount of information on. The only photos that I could find that I personally have not provided online, which you would have to go to MREinfo.com to check out my review on that, it's just text and photos, so that's another big reason why I wanted to do this one in video form for you guys on YouTube. Here are the only photos I could find of the particular ration here to the left. Just two small photos. Now let's get a zoom on that first. You can see here, let me get this on there. You can see that is the case, and that's what's in there. 2 packs of Lucky Strikes, some jelly bars, matches, mint tablets. I don't know how well you can make that out. It's a very low resolution, very small picture. And that is literally the only photo I could find of the food packet survival abandoned ship from the Gulf War era. Also, here is one other picture. It says here, the food packet survival abandoned ship is stowed aboard life-saving craft for use in short-term survival situations. See those guys? See, that was the situation that you'd have to be in to get some food packet survival abandoned ship. These things only contain, 475 calories each. And it's primarily carbohydrates, something you don't really want to have to survive off of if you can help it. Now, if you want to read some technical info, that's it right there. This is all I could really find on any consistent information pertaining to these two cases of rations. That is another reason why I want to open these right now, because there is no real info on them. There's nothing out there. So, without further ado, let's dig in. Yeah, could you imagine being in a survival situation on a raft, and this is before the Datrex bar days and whatnot. I read in 1997, the only other small bit I found was on olivedrab.com, and they mention with the food packet survival abandoned ship in 1997, they decided to change, they decided to change the formula of what these were, and they took out the candy and whatnot, and they're just Datrex bars, pretty much Mainstay, Datrex, everybody's seen them. You know, those naval bailout rations, or survival rations, And, you know, they're a dime a dozen now. You know, you can buy them online or in an Army and Navy store. Let's get a good back look at this. It's like a mini case of MREs. Each food packet in this carton contains food especially designed to maintain physical and mental abilities under survival conditions. It is not thirst-provoking and can be eaten in the absence of water. Use sparingly and eat only when you feel the greatest need. Yeah, so when you're already starving and half dead, then you open this thing up and start chowing down. Let's open this up and see what we got going on. The duct tape that they put on these, I mean, gee, this isn't easy to open. At least not easy to open neatly. So I'm doing my best here to not mess this box up, you know. I'm going to make a slit along the back, and we're gonna open this in a way where you guys can really see what's going on here. There we go. That's what I wanted to get in there. That's some really good industrial strength duct tape, I gotta say. And, you know, if you see these packets online, normally they go for about $15 a piece. Sometimes 20, sometimes a little more. Never seen them go for any less, though. Let's get this open without cutting myself here. Yeah, well, when you're sitting out in a boat, already starving and bored, it's going to take you 2 hours just to open this thing. Anyways, there we go. And we're about to open this up here and see what we got going on. Now check this out. This is the first time anybody's probably seen this, I'll bet. Look at these babies. Oh yeah, look at that. I might even retape the box shut. It's a beautiful presentation piece. But you can see here, these foil pouches, just like in that picture. This is a little higher def than that little photo. Let's see if we can... Oklahoma League for the Blind. These were packed in August 1992. The case was made October 1992. So, let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, just like it says. And this, I guess, would be keeping 16 men fed some meager amount of 474 calories for a day out at sea. And pretty fascinating because this is something that you don't see every day. Look at that, food packet survival abandoned ship. You know, I've really been wondering how this looked. Now I get to see it. You know, this is good. I get to share this with you guys, and we're gonna find out what's in one of these things. Now, I've actually taken pictures of one of these before, but I really wanted to get video of it. And that little guy sitting there is about to be opened up here. We're just gonna open it the way it was supposed to be opened. I'm not gonna worry about this one. So we get some newer charms, huh? They smell nice. I smell some mint in there too. That's right, the spearmint gum. They give you a pack of gum and 3 packs of charms. Boy, so this is what these guys, these poor guys, they'd be living off of this out in a boat, a little life raft. I would hope nobody had to do that with this particular ration, because that would just be torture now, wouldn't it? Now, if you were lacking in water and you had nothing else, this would probably be about all that would be safe to consume, because protein requires more water than carbohydrates to even assimilate. So there you go, some charms. They look like they're in perfect condition. And it says here, sugar, corn syrup, citric acid, artificial flavors and colors. Charms Company, Covington, Tennessee. You know, these things used to be packed in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Then they went and moved to Covington, Tennessee. Now, I also read that the formula changed on these over the years, and they don't taste anything like how they used to. And I just had some charms. If you look at one of my first videos, it's a pretty rough one. My apologies for that. Now, we got multiple colors here, but yeah, the older charms, I had the pleasure of getting to try some of those out, and they're pretty fantastic. We'll see how these are. Let's just toss this real quick. Now, let's see. So you got charms and you got some gum. Not very exciting. And you get, I believe it's 8 charms in a pack. You know, but yeah, this is, oh, you get 10 charms in a pack. Okay. Now look at that. Now let's try these out. I'll go for the yellow one first. They look like they're pretty good, in pretty good shape. Oh yeah. That's not bad at all. It's just a kind of cheap artificial fruit flavor. But boy, I'd be happy with one of these if I was out on a boat, excuse me. I have a quick story My brother and I were out in Tampa Bay back when we were kids and went in a little inflatable raft. We went out there, the tide changed. It was around 4 o'clock when the tide changed, I believe. I don't remember now. It's been years. It took us out and we had to get rescued by the Coast Guard. We were out in this little boat and there were dolphins swimming around us. It was pretty neat. It was horrifying. I wish I had one of these packs because we didn't even have water from what I remember. And there was no point trying to paddle back in. That tide took us and we weren't coming back in. I just want to chow down on these, but I'll spare you. Let's just go for some gum next. See if it's still good. Hate to spit that out, but I don't want to take the time. Alright. Oh yeah. The gum is a little bit brittly, but it's still not bad. If any of you guys want to try one of these out, let me know. I mean, I'm looking for stuff all the time. This isn't the most exciting ration in the world, but again, they can go for some money, and it's a pretty good collectible. So, with that being said, maybe somebody would be interested in a packet or two. You know, it's always fun, especially if you collect this stuff like I do. My case here, to me, is just as good empty and open from the back like this as it is full with rations that can't be enjoyed by myself and by others. I hated having to rip this one packet open, but that's okay. Anyways, this is a pretty simple ration, really. It's turned out to be a relatively short video. This is the Food Packet Survival Abandoned Ship and 16 packets of what essentially is just charms and gum. So if anybody ever wondered, when they see these online, there's a guy that sells these online every now and again. Get a good look at that thing. Whenever you see that, you know what's in there now.